Everybody's always talking about self-care, but today I want to dive into what it really means. If you're like me and you're in between your 20s and your 30s, I'm 26. The first part of your 20s, you tend to spend just thinking that taking care of yourself, you know it's important, but because your body kind of does everything automatically, you don't really care as much because you know it's fine. That being said, for the past year, I think, maybe year and a half, maybe something like that, I have been taking better care of myself, and you would definitely notice a difference. All that being said, that's why I want to dive into what self-care really means, because I think a lot of people just throw the term around, like self-care day, and they put on some cream on their face, and that's all, and put on like a little red light mask and stuff, but that's not what taking care of yourself really means. A sure thing, taking care of your skin and taking care of your skin, your health, your glow, whatever, is important. Don't get me wrong, because you only have one skin and you want to take good care of it. But it's not all that self-care means. Self-care is a very broad and general term. It's a bit like something. It stands for loads of different things, right? Self-care can mean taking care of your skin if that's a lagging part for you, maybe. Like if you've never ever put on like any sunscreen, or if you've never ever in your life moisturized your face or put on a mask or whatever, then sure, taking care of your skin could be a good idea. But self-care is something that applies to everything in life. Self-care can be taking care of a busy and cluttered mind. Self-care can be going to the gym, destroying your body in order to build a better one. Self-care can be losing 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds. Self-care could be gaining weight because you're unhealthily skinny, basically. Self-care could be sleeping more. Self-care can be so many different things, which is why I think that the term gets thrown around way too easily for way too trivial things, basically. So that's why I kind of wanted to make this video, because I feel like self-care needs a bit of a boost and self-care needs a bit of a new definition. One of the main things that I feel like self-care should kind of embody is doing something that will better you in the long run or better you now. A couple of things that I would suggest. One, first and foremost, drink enough water. Drinking water is one of the most important things you can do. Like you can put on like all the creams and moisturizers and red light therapy masks and everything you want. If you're dehydrated, it just doesn't make sense. Why would you apply a moisturizing cream to your face when you're dehydrated from the inside out? Just drink some more water, right? Drink enough water. And that's probably going to be more than you think you do, but just make sure to drink more. Yes, you're going to have to pee every 20 minutes in the beginning. This will fade away, but just stick to it and drink enough water to keep your skin hydrated, to keep yourself healthy, to keep your metabolism going. Your 80-something% water, whatever, right? The variables, at least the percentages change depending on who you ask. But it's very important. Drink enough water should be your main priority if it comes to self-care. The second thing I think is crucial is going to be, of course, taking care of your diet. Once you've taken care of drinking enough, you should also pay close attention to what you're putting into your body. I've tried a lot of different things when it comes to food. Like I've done dirty bulking, clean bulking, cutting. I've done the whole 9 yards. And I've never felt as bad as when I did a dirty bulk and I just ate whatever I wanted to eat. Sure, it's fun eating like pizza, Oreos, whatever, just to gain weight, because you can eat a whole bunch of junk food. But you always feel like shit, basically, because you never have proper energy like I do now. Once I switched to just eating whole foods, eating healthy foods, eating fruits, vegetables as my main things, I feel so much better. Like my energy levels are stable, they feel good. I don't wake up groggy, I don't wake up like, I just feel good. So taking good care of your diet is something that's crucial. And even though I know junk food tastes really good, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and bash on pizza because I know it tastes good. The main focus of your diet should be whole foods and should be something that makes you feel good. I know it sounds like one of those everyone is saying that type of things, but it does really, really make a difference, I promise you. So please just give it a go, like a proper go, not for like a week, but try it for a month, a year, and see what it does to your body, because it's way easier to stay lean, it's way easier to feel good, you sleep better. It's so much benefits to eating a whole food diet. So if it's something that's within your affordability, of course, because sometimes it can be more expensive, But if you try to find some good solutions and try to find some good or maybe cheap fruits and vegetables that you can, for some good meats, some good nuts, whatever, really do go for it, because I promise you it makes so much of a difference for almost everyone that tries it, including me. Another thing that I think is crucial for self-care is going to be sleep. I know it's one of those things, it's a constant drum you can keep beating on, because everything relies on sleep, including your health, your physique, your mental health. Your self-care routine should also revolve around sleep. Sleep is something that if you don't do it enough and if you don't do it properly, it's going to catch up to you, and all the other self-care things you do are not gonna matter in the long run. Right? If you try to apply your moisturizing cream, if you try to use sunscreen so your skin doesn't get damaged by the sun, or you can just stay in the shade. That's what I do. But if you do those things, but sleep 3 hours a night, it just doesn't make sense, you know. And I get it if you're a parent, or if you have like something that wakes you up at night, like a kid or a dog or whatever, right? I know it's harder to do, so I'm not bashing you. I'm not saying that you're doing it wrong, but I'm saying that you should try to give it your priority and try to sleep as much as you can. I know not everyone's able to sleep 9 hours a night. Some people are, neither am I. I sleep around 7.5 to 8 hours a night, sometimes less. This morning I had to wake up early because my dog's on the shitter. So I know what it's like sometimes. So if you're a parent and have a young kid that wakes you up at night multiple times, I get it, like I'm not bashing you, but try to sleep as much as you can, especially if you have the option to. It changes your life if you sleep more, and your body will thank you in tenfold later on, because everything you will do is much more possible with a good night's sleep, basically, or a good few nights of sleep. So anything else you're going to try, everything else is that in your self-care routine, all the creams, things, water, diet, it kind of falls apart if you don't sleep enough, because your body needs the rest, your body needs the recovery. So this should also be one of the main things that's in your self-care routine. And I think a lot of people underestimate how important this is, or really deprioritize it because they feel like everything else is more important, even though it's not going to be the case, right? Your diet, your food and water intake are going to be very important. Your training is very important, but sleeping is what is the glue that keeps the whole thing together. So really do try to sleep more. I kind of spoiled it, but the last one is going to be training. I think training is a crucial part of self-care. I know it doesn't necessarily, like everyone thinks like walking on a treadmill and doing stuff, you know, little health activities, like getting massages and stuff are self-care. But getting your body to be fit, getting your body to be active, getting your body to be strong is something that is self-care, right? Getting a massage and a facial is not going to be something that is, of course it is labeled as self-care because you relax and your mind can kind of just relax and wander, but it's something that is not true. It's not true self-care. True self-care is showing up for yourself, and getting a massage if you're 100 pounds overweight isn't going to solve your problems, right? Losing 50 pounds is going to solve a lot of your problems. So weight management, training, making your body healthy is the main thing that should be your priority when it comes to self-care. Not getting massages and doing a whole bunch of external things. Look within and look how you can fix yourself, because it's always going to be easier than having to fix it later when the problems start arising. So training, and I know it's kind of like beating your body up, but it does make a massive difference in the long run when it comes to your health and your self-care routine. I know I said the last one on the last point, but I kind of just bumped into my head, which is mental health, of course, is very important for your self-care routine. So taking care of your mental health by maybe like writing in a journal or just talking to a therapist, or that is also true self-care. Even though it's hard to do, it's hard being alone with your thoughts, and it's very hard to talk to a therapist about your feelings, about your thoughts, and figuring out what is wrong with you. It's good and it's very healthy. Even though it's a hard and difficult process to do, it's very good for your mental health in the long run, and mental health is also a big part of self-care. So with all this being said, I hope you can see how I feel like just, you know, getting like a mask and sitting in your on the couch watching Netflix isn't self-care. Doing the hard things that are necessary for you, for your body to feel good, for your body to be healthy, for your your mind to be healthy. Those are the things that are true self-care. So if you found this video helpful in any way, I would greatly appreciate it if you could leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out a ton, and I hope you get some nice benefits from it as well with the information. And I will see you all in the next video.